Yes, now people, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to a video that obviously isn't going to be enjoyable for most Liverpool fans and United fans. Come at me, just come at me. And before we talk about obviously the title of the video and anything like that, don't worry, no saltiness is coming. I'm literally here to talk about the performance and talk about the title race and talk about everything to do with Manchester United and whether I think they are real contenders, because obviously everyone still looks at Liverpool as real contenders, don't they? So obviously we need to talk about Man United now, the top of the league. People, first time in 2 years, 2 months and 30 days, in case you didn't know. Yes, I have been counting. And it was a day that I was dreading, I'm not going to lie, but shout out to everyone in the stream. Shout out to everyone who's coming here from my channel, whether you're here from my channel or Lee's channel, because I was just there. Shout out to you, man. No saltiness here tonight, people. No saltiness. I see the Man United fans. And you know what? Shout out for spending your time. Even if you're here to laugh at me, shout out to you, my mate. That being said, let me talk about the game first, and then I'll talk about the title race as a whole. In fact, you know what? No, I'm going to talk about the title race first before I talk about the game, because I think that's what everyone really cares about. So, I have never doubted, and everyone knows the infamous arguments between me and Rant about certain individuals. I have never doubted Man United's ability in terms of player for player. Player for player, on paper, one of the best squads in the league and one of the best squads in the world. And I'm not just talking about starting 11, I'm talking about squad. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up their ass because they've been playing well recently. Individual players, they've got some fantastic individuals at that club. You can't dispute that no matter what club you support. Today, that got you through against Burnley, because I think today, if you watch the game, and again, I'll dissect the game when we get onto it in a bit, you'll notice the way Man United weren't great, but they had individuals, they had players who could take out Burnley by themselves, whereas Burnley don't have that clutch, and I'm saying with a lot of other sides. So, even though they've got these great players, and these great players with a great manager could very much certainly propose a title challenge, and not just a title challenge like what they're doing now. I mean, probably even close to what Liverpool and Man United were doing over previous seasons, because some of them players are that good. You've then got to look at the back room. You've then got to look at the manager. You've then got to look at previous moments that not even too long ago, you United fans were even kind of also down in the dumps, because it's about when it gets to them big moments. And this isn't saltiness. This is me talking about whether I think you can stay in this title race, because you're in it. Liverpool fans, let's just get over the fact now. Manchester United are in this title race, very much so, but I don't think they'll stay in it, and that's what I've been saying for weeks. And I've been hearing as well, shout out to my brother Rance, and you know what, I'm happy for him, because he's going to get to have a few drinks, he's going to get to have a few cigars, because he's top of the league for the first time in about however many years, you know what I mean? You've got to give it to him, and I'm not going to be salty for the fact he wants to celebrate that occasion, because I would as well. However, I've said this for weeks, I still think we're going to snot you at Anfield. I still think we're going to be top of the league, or we're going to be above you by the time it gets to May. We're still a better team, man, yeah? When it gets to the weekend, we're still going to play the better football. We're still going to have the more chances. It's just going to be a case of, with the fact we're being out of form, will we take our chances? So, as good as some of your individuals are, United fans, without trying to sound salty, but I don't really give two shiny shites, don't get too ahead of yourselves. And I hear right now that Rance is giving me loads on his stream. I hear he's giving me loads of smack, and he's talking shit, and he's saying, where's James now, blood? And he's saying, like, you know, Hendo Nino this, Hendo Nino that. Listen, and he's allowed to do so, but I'll be the one getting the last laugh on Sunday. And you can clip this and you can do whatever you want. I've said it for weeks. We're a better team than Man United, and the best result United will get against us at Anfield, in my opinion, is a draw. Is a draw. So you'll still be top of the league, but you haven't clutched that moment, and you haven't left us. And I don't think United can leave Liverpool, and I certainly don't think they can leave City. You can't ever dispute City when it comes to the title race. How often has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had these moments where he has a good run of form, and then he has a bad run of form, and then he has another good run of form? And it's like, even recently, today, they didn't play well. Let's get into the game. Manchester United, Burnley. Obviously, Man United were away from home, so Burnley, Man United. Today, they never played well. People, you've got to admit, for 65 to 70 minutes of the game, if you watched it, United weren't on par. Yes, they had the majority of the possession, like you know that they would. Yes, they played good in moments, like you know they would. Like I said before, they've got the individuals to do so. That being said, overall, They could have dropped points today. Now, could have, would have, should have. They got what they needed to do. And that's one thing I was impressed with United. They actually got over a game that they needed to win, which is something that they haven't shown this season. But don't forget, United fans, it was only less than a month ago you got knocked out of the Champions League. And bear in mind, 3 weeks before you got knocked out of the Champions League, you confirmed that first place spot, according to a lot of you. You were in my DMs and you were letting me know, James, 3 games in, we're already through. And then now you're in the Europa League. And I'm only doing this video not because of saltiness. I'm not salty, mate. We're still better than you, by far. Just because you're going top of the league for 5 days doesn't mean we're not better than you. But one thing I've learned about this YouTube thing, this is supposed to be banter, isn't it? This is like a banter platform and people take the piss out of me and I respond, and same goes with other content creators. I've been getting bantered by a lot of Man United fans over recent weeks. Just know, when you finally see what I've been saying for the past few weeks, and that it's your club is not good enough to sustain a title race. And I'm not going to say your squad, I'm going to say your club, because I'm mainly talking about your manager, not certain individuals. But still, I question the mentality of a lot of players in that United squad. Not morale, but mentality when it gets to the big moments. I still question them. Just because you've been bantering me, just know that same energy will be brought back. And you'll realise the moment that you're in right now, it's one of them highs, and you definitely can finish top 4. I think you're favourites to finish top 4. I think you're favourites to be in and around 3rd place or 4th place. Definitely. But if you think that you're going to sustain a title race with this form, it doesn't thoroughly convince me. Then you can ask me the question, well, what if we beat you at Anfield, James? What if we do this? What if we do that? And I'm going to read the chat in a minute, people, so make sure you're getting your thoughts. If you're a United fan, Liverpool fan, neutral, anything, get your thoughts in the comments and I'll try and read a few out in a second. However, when you talk about if Man United beat Liverpool this weekend, do I then think they can sustain a title race? No. I think City will leave them. I think we'll still probably leave them. Don't get me wrong. We've been in bad form and a lot of things need to be corrected. I've made that very, very clear on shows on my channel and on other channels as well. However, it's how I feel and it's how I felt for a few weeks. And I've said this in preparation, not for a safety net, but in reality that even if United go on and beat Burnley, which they ended up doing in fair play, doesn't mean they're in the title race. Doesn't mean they can sustain that title race. It doesn't prove nothing to me that they can sustain this type of form. And yes, they beat Watford the other day, but they didn't play well. Look at the big game that they just had against Manchester City in a semi-final, by the way, and they bottled it once more. When it gets to them big moments, and you know what, even if I'm wrong, and even if United can go all the way and sustain that title race, can they go till the last day? Because you know, and United fans know, when it gets to them last 8 to 10 games, they're finals in the Premier League, especially now with City and Liverpool creating problems for the top sides, especially this season as well. United can't even get past semi-finals. United can't even win one game out of the last 3 in the Champions League group stage. What makes you think they can sustain that many finals at the end of the season? Because that's what the final 7-8 games are if you're in a title race. Let's just open your eyes, Man United fans, and realise you're having a high right now, and it's because of the players that you've got. And because your manager has got some sort of tactics, I feel like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in many aspects is slightly underrated. I'm not saying he's very, very good, but I think people call him a lot more shithead than what he actually is. Just know you will be where you will be. And that's all I need to say on the matter. And it's not saltiness. I hope I've been able to address that. I'm giving you the credit that I feel like you deserve. I'm talking about your individuals as the quality that they are. Eric Bailly, very, very good centre-back when he can play. Paul Pogba, I've said it for time, even though me and Rams have the Hendo Pogba debate. He talks about ability of a footballer. He talks about talent. I talk about everything. Football ability, Henderson can't talk to Pogba. In terms of dribbling, in terms of even many aspects of being on the ball in the game, Henderson can't talk to Pogba. But mentality-wise, it's the same when Pogba can't talk to Henderson. At least at the moment, because he hasn't been doing it for many, many years. Yes, you can have a good run of form for a few weeks, but it doesn't mean that you're the best centre-mid in the world. It's the argument that I've always addressed. I've never doubted his ability in the slightest. Never. You can go back to any video. I've never doubted his ability on the ball. Same with Bruno Fernandes, same with Martial, same with Marcus Rashford, who can create big moments. They've got players who can create moments, but it doesn't mean they're going to win the league. We had players who could create moments in 13-14, didn't win the league though. We had Luis Suarez, he's better than any player wearing the United shirt right now. Still didn't win the league. Sturridge, better than any of your attackers that season. 13-14, name one attacker at United right now who's better than Daniel Sturridge. Tell me one. And we still didn't go and win the league. So just know where you are, United fans. And I know not every United fan is making the case they're going to win the league, but YouTubers banter, and I've been getting bantered. So I'm just letting you know that it's probably going to slap you in the face if you were one of them people. Shout out to everyone in the stream. 400 people are in here. Now it's time to interact in the chat. That's why I've been live, or I've went live. I was going to do a video. But yeah, a super chat from Jack, and thank you for the super chat, Jack. Nearly missed that, actually. Rashford is going to spin Trent like a Beyblade. Listen, I've said this about Trent, and I've said this on many other channels. I don't think Trent, if he plays bad against United, I want to see him dropped. I don't think any player should have a guaranteed spot in the squad. I think that's where teams start to fuck up. I look at teams like United right now, and I look at an Arsenal, and I think that was their problem. For a while, they felt like they had to start certain individuals. Liverpool, I don't want them ever getting to that spot. I want to go off players based on form and based off fight and based off mentality. And recently, Trent looks like he's lack of confidence and lack of ability when it comes to defending. Without Van Dijk, it looks non-existent, and I just think he needs a break. That's all it is. Still one of the best right-backs in the world for me. Never dispute that. However, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what, mate? The United fans are going for it. I'm a United fan. Jeez, blood fan. Top of the league. Who cares? Top of the league. And do you want me to tell you something, Liverpool fans? We can't be salty. We knew this was going to happen, and we've got to give it to them. But we've also got to look at our own performances and look at the reason why we're here. That's the whole point of why I've done this video. I was here to touch on the game. I was here to talk about top of the league. But it's also Liverpool's fault why United's at the top of the league right now. United fans, thank us. Thank this man, Sadio Mane, who's not been scoring goals. Thank Salah, this man, who's not been scoring goals. I've even got a mini Mane as well. Boom, in your faces. But they're not scoring goals. They're not mates right now. So when you put all that into perspective, yeah, United fans have every reason to be excited right now. My point is, it's not sustainable. And that will be realised eventually. But it's Liverpool's fault, so why we're here. You can talk about injuries, and it's a fair point. We've had many, many injuries. You know, any other squad that gets these amount, bloody hell, Man City lost Laporte last season, and that was the be-all and end-all for them. We've lost Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, plus many other players within this squad. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that obviously doesn't help, but that doesn't dispute the loss against Southampton. It doesn't dispute the draws against Newcastle. It doesn't dispute the draws against West Brom. All them results were based off shit individual moments in them games from our players. And that's why we need to start looking at squad rotation, because in times of bad form, you need to rotate your squad. Simple as. And we've still got players there to do it. Shout out to Scott Douglas. Never said nothing for the super chat, but thank you for supporting the channel, my mate. And yeah, it is what it is. And do you know what, Jay Simpson, you say 1-0 against Burnley is nothing to be getting jolly about. That's where you're wrong. United fans have every reason to be excited right now. United fans have every reason to be happy. They have every reason to be laughing in our face. They're above us in the league. Welcome to football rivalry. If you didn't know this was going to happen, then you're just naive, aren't you? However, they've just got to realise it's probably not going to stay there. And everyone, I hope someone's clipped this stream. There's many moments. I'm not saying I'm the most knowledgeable when it comes to football. And do you know what? This isn't particularly true, but I am pissed off to see United top of the league. I'm very pissed off. Lee said to me before, oh, I know you're not pissed off. And shout out to Lee, my mate. Shout out to the Rat Army. Absolute legends. But I said to Lee, whoa, Lee, I've just got to stop you, my mate. A lot of respect and all that, but I am very upset that Manchester United are top of the league. As a Liverpool fan, I am supposed to be fuming, and I'm even more angry because it's our own doing that's got them there. We should have left the league after Tottenham. Simple as. Look, the games we've had since then, a lot of them have been the bottom five, and we fucked it. But one thing that I can say about our squad compared to the United squads, even through bad times and bad form, our squad know how to overcome and know how to overcome adversity. United don't have that experience, and that's why I question mentality, because mentality is everything, people, and that's my opinion when it comes to this title race. And I'm not even saying it's defo Liverpool. City have way more of a chance of getting a title race than United do. It's a fact. Based on what you've seen and what you're seeing right now, it's a fact. But shout out to Dayan Mirza. You're the only Liverpool fan I respect. Well-headed lad. Bring the title race. May the best team win from a United man. Respect, man. Respect, JD. Mr. Mirza, you are a legend, my mate. Legend. That's the right way to be when it comes to competitive rivalry. But even to the United fans that are going, fuck you little scouse wanker, fair play, keep it up. Keep it up as long as you're subscribed and you've liked this video. Keep it up. Because you deserve that moment, 2 years, 2 months and 30 days since you were last top the league. I'd be celebrating as well. I'd be laughing in your face. Ha ha, in your face, motherfuckers, red cunts, even though we wear red as well. But in the words of Saeed, shout out to Saeed, you are where you are, mate. And that's top of the league right now. But can that be sustained? I don't think it can. That being said, people, shout out to everyone who has jumped in this stream. We have got 500 people in here. Score predictions for Sunday. I'm going to do a preview closer to the game, like a proper preview, based on, probably after the press conference, just so I know about injuries and stuff. That being said, I'm going to say Liverpool 2-1 because I don't think it'll be a flutter of goals, but also we've got to be concerned defensively. And I'm not saying don't worry about Man United. We should be concerned on Sunday, very much so, but only based off our own doing. If both teams are at their best, they don't chat to us, and that's what people need to realise. Best build up to a United versus Liverpool in ages. Hopefully it's not a 0-0. As a United fan, we are still behind you in City, but we are moving in the right direction. The hate Ole gets is undeserved. Unabov, sorry if I've said your name wrong, my mate, but thank you for the super chat first off. And a few points there that you've made. This is a very exciting time for neutrals as a whole because the two biggest teams, as well as Man City, who've developed over the past few seasons, are all going for the title race. This is like the three-way triple threat match that we've all been waiting for. At least I have, because we've never had a direct title race with Man United. Yes, 08-09 was kind of, but not a proper one. And this season, it looks like it could be a possibility where it's us, City and United, three rivals. Do you get what I mean? So that'll be very exciting. When you say you feel you're still behind us and City, that's you being realistic. And not just because you're agreeing with what I'm saying. I'm sure, my mate, you haven't agreed with everything I say. However, you're aware that just because you've been winning a couple of games and you're top of the league, because everyone's been shit, everyone's been dropping points, it's good that you're aware of that because you know where your club's at. And it's much better than where it was last season, much better than where it was the year before. Probably the best position you've been in since Jose Mourinho in terms of morale and in terms of results. However, it's just about sustainability. And the hate Ole gets, I agree, my mate, and I love Rance and I love Saeed, but I feel like sometimes it's quite unjustified. However, you have just got to understand there was a Mauricio Pochettino out there who, if you had him as manager, then I probably would be slightly concerned about Man United right now. Do you see the message that I'm trying to give to you people? It's not the players. People think like, oh, you're chatting shit about Pogba. Listen, Pogba has been very below standards over the past couple of seasons. Do not get it twisted. I am not sitting on a fence. I'm saying it how it is. Over the past few seasons, it's all good to make a pass every 10 minutes or whatever. But can you do that week in, week out? I don't care how talented you are. Look, Coutinho, he's got more talent than most people in the Premier League, but look what he's doing at Barcelona. Obviously, he's injured, but look what he was doing when he was fit. It's about doing it week in, week out. That's how I rate ballers. That's why I rate Jordan Hendo Nino, my fucking captain, even though he's in crap form. Like, there's other players in much worse form and making it sound like he's the worst of a bad bunch. However, you get the point I'm trying to make, don't you? It's the manager. That manager will not be able to sustain it. Player morale will only get you so far. You do still need that tactical side of things. You still need that man management side of things to get you over the line in them clutch moments, like the City game the other night, for example. How do we get you over the line? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in my opinion, doesn't know how to do that. That's just how it is. And yeah, man, actually a comment here from Egyptian King. Remember, we were 10 points ahead of City in 2018-19, and City won that. And United are 3 points ahead, so they should be happy and that, but they are getting overconfident and disrespecting us completely. Egyptian King, do you know where I think the disrespect comes from? I think neutrals know that we're a better team with a fully fit squad. Maybe we might not have a better squad man for man. You can debate that. I still think we would if we had a fully fit team, if buts maybes. But if we had a fully fit team, I think we have a better squad than United. I'll debate that all day. But I think why they're disrespecting us is because we haven't got a Van Dijk, we haven't got a Joe Gomez, we haven't at quite a few points this season had an Alisson, we haven't had a Thiago for the majority of the season. Why wouldn't you be confident? Based on how we've played in recent games, why wouldn't you be confident? We're giving them this confidence. We're the only reason they're top right now. We should be clear of them. We should be clear of City. We should be clear of Tottenham. But instead, we've put ourselves in a 7-horse title race at the moment as we speak. Because if United are in it, and so are Leicester. If United are in it, then so are Everton. If Manchester United are in the title race, then so are Southampton. It's about sustainability. How many times have I said that word? Can someone do a count how many times I've said the word sustain or sustainability? It's massive. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again, and it's not saltiness. They won the game that they needed to today, but we have let them and we have gave them first place today, Liverpool. So it is what it is. But shout out to everyone who came in this stream. Listen, I don't hide in the mud when Liverpool aren't. It's not going well for Liverpool. I'll show me face. I'll even come on a live stream and show me face. But obviously, the support that this channel has been getting, let's step outside of Liverpool shit form and Man United be on top of the league for the second. Shout out to everyone on this stream, man. All the people who come into the lives, all the people who subscribe, all the people who come from different channels. Without yous, I'm fuck all, mate. And this is grew just bam, 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 bam overnight. And without yous, I wouldn't be. Mate, I'm getting a decent little living off this. It's not perfect, but it's making life easier for me, and that's all because of you. Without you, none of us platform and content creators are fuck all. So shout out to yourselves, big up yourselves. Shout out to the Redmond Army. By the way you join the Redmond Army is simply by pressing that subscribe button, even if you're a Man United fan. And like I said, I'll be getting the last laugh when it comes to Sunday. So shout out to yourself, shout out to Rance, and peace out to the Redmond Army. See you later, people.